Well guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Welcome to Hartung Family Farms, and today we're in a little bit of a rush. Got up here around 2:30 or so ish, just got off work, and Pat's already chopping, Nathan's already combining, Curtis is running truck, Darren's probably running grain cart, and Pat has waiting there full on a chopper, and I ain't getting the chopper truck and go, so let's go. 80/50's off the grain cart. We were using that to haul manure. So that'll get back on the grain cart here this afternoon. And with any luck, we'll be running 2 combines and corn for the first time all year by this afternoon. But we gotta get going because Pat is late. So it's been a few days since I've been on the farm, guys. We actually got 4 inches of rain here at the farm. That's crazy. We haven't had 4 inches of rain in literally months. That's awesome. We needed it. We are thankful. We're praising the Lord. Because again, we have been needing this rain. So, but now it's been, we got those rains Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Took good. I mean, the ground just soaked it right in. Didn't really take much to dry, but also caught a cold this weekend, so I was glad I had that off. But now that it's been 2 days of drying, we were able to jump right back in. So we're combining corn and we're chopping. We're just gonna chop going back home, opening up this field. Chop along the lane going back home. Stream's going in. And he is cruising. Going around 3.4 to 4 miles an hour. He hasn't gone this fast in a while. Granted, he actually has fuel going to his engine. His fuel filters were clogged last time we were chopping. I have no idea what the heck we're gonna do when the Steiger we get up to the Steiger. I'm just gonna go right to the right of it. Pat's gonna shoot over it. I have no clue. All dumped. So now we're gonna do one more load. Then Pat's gonna fill up the other wagon. I'm gonna move that Steiger out of the way, and I'm not even sure what's all going on. That was fun. Always a joy backing up at an angle. So Pat's gonna chop into the wagon, knock off these end rows, and then once we turn the corner and head north, that's when he'll chop into me. And I'm not sure where Nathan and Darren are at. I think they're down below the road. I don't know. This is why we run wagons, everyone, instead of trailers and all trucks, because it gives us flexibility to do stuff like this. Pat can just hook on at any time. And now when he's opened up, he can go to me. We're rolling. Oh, there's Nathan. Nathan's way up there on the hill. Nice. I am full. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go park this thing. I'm not sure what the plan is for this afternoon. If we're gonna just keep chopping or we're gonna switch and go shell. I genuinely have no clue. But I know Nathan, Curtis, and Darren are running corn with 1 combine, and Pat and I are doing this. My dad's here, but they say they don't need my dad's help, so I'm not even gonna speculate to know what's going on. I just know Nathan is shelling corn up there. Good enough. So this thing is sitting full. I already dumped 1 load over there, all 3 wagons, and the truck's gonna be sitting full. Who knows what we're gonna do? Wow, she's humid in here. Hello. Let's go put this thing in the pasture. There's Curtis. They're just hauling grain down from the field up by the well. Down over next door, that's where they're loading Curtis. Smells like money. Or cow pie on tractor tires. One of those two, I'll let you guys decide. So I'm gonna go get the sprayer out, put up probably 30 gallons worth of water-ish in there, just enough to pressurize the system, make sure my fix didn't leak or isn't leaking. And then I'm gonna dump all that water out and put antifreeze in there, because as I've mentioned before, physics and gravity are a thing on this channel, and water, when it happens, when you turn to ice, it expands, and when it expands inside little plastic fittings, like the one I replaced in this video, it tends to break things. So we're gonna try and avoid that. Same old sprayer, still leaking oil, but that's okay because it's gonna have to get its oil replaced this off season anyway. When we replace the oil, we'll just make sure that, I think that when it got replaced 2 years ago, I just don't think the seal got completely shut tight, so it was just dripping out. Yeah. Let's take this thing over. Got water filling up, that's good. Well, like I said, we'll put 30, 50 gallons in there, I don't know. Let it run for about 10 minutes. The biggest thing is I want to get enough water so I can pressurize this pump, circulate water through everything, make sure this fitting that I put in new is nice and set, and seated, I should say. You guys might be wondering, what the heck is this? Why is this all torn up? I'll explain that in a second. That's kind of the point of this video. We made some heavy repairs on the 7088. She is ready to be ran for another couple more years. There should be plenty of water with what I want to do with it. The hose away and then back this thing out. Got my 4 jugs of antifreeze, or boxes of antifreeze right there, so I'll basically pressurize the system, dump all the water out, and then completely flush the system with water, and then dump the antifreeze in. She's even circulating. That's good. So now we'll just go ahead and check and make sure nothing's dripping. Like that. That is not what I wanted to see. A little, and I mean little, gap of goop, of pipe seal, thread sealant that I missed, and it was dripping out. Well, luckily it's just 1 out of the 3, so I got 2 out of 3 right. This is the easiest one to get undone. So I'll just unscrew it and redo it. There's Curtis packing away. We're gonna do some chopping. Try to get finished up chopping today. Get close at least. So guys are gonna start chopping. I'm gonna finish dumping this truck and simultaneously fill up my sprayer with some antifreeze. I got it sticking right here. Well, hi Sassy. Sassy was confused. Hi Allison. And my cousin from Texas was here. Oh yeah, good news. Ground made it home, guys. We are very thankful, and thank you all for your answered prayers. Much, much appreciated. She made it home. Surgery was a success, and we're hopeful she's more comfortable now. Not sure what Nathan's doing. I'm just dumping the antifreeze in, 1 gallon at a time. 23 gallons to throw in. It's not a very speedy process, but we only have to do it once a year. You quitting already?
Yeah, we gotta go do the early at home.
Oh, come on. That's all right, I suppose. Thanks, buddy. Where are they chopping at? Just this field? All right. See ya. You too. All right, I got my 23 gallons of antifreeze in. I'm gonna run the pump. Basically, mix all that stuff around. That was the mistake I made last time I was winterizing, or 2 times ago, I should say. But that's how that fitting got broke, because I didn't mix all the antifreeze around, and the antifreeze, there was still water in the front there, and that's what cracked the fitting over the winter. So we're gonna make sure that doesn't happen this time. Antifreeze is all mixing around. There's probably 5 gallons of water, 23 gallons of antifreeze getting mixed around. That's perfect. And then eventually I'll spray it out through the boom, flush out all the water as much as possible. It'll be ready for winter. Now we're gonna wing out the booms and start spraying that antifreeze. Goot. Slowly starting to get antifreeze out to the end of the boom. That's what I'm wanting to see. It's basically the pavement turned that kind of white. Exactly what I'm wanting to see. I think that'll be good enough. What I just did is I flushed all that antifreeze through the boom. That way all the water should be evacuated. None of it should be left. It should be mainly antifreeze, which we are good. So now we'll go ahead and fold up. Sprayer is successfully winterized. So I'm gonna go stick a bag underneath that oil drip, put that, and then probably talk about the combine for a little bit, why it went under heavy repair, and what's different about it. And then we'll go start chopping. Good enough. So our combine, it has roughly 3,500 engine hours. I don't even know how many separate hours, over 2,000, but it's seen a lot of bushels in its day. And for those of you guys who don't know, grain on metal eventually tends to wear the metal. So when you have a combine that's as old as the 7088, 13th harvest season with us, we bought it brand new. It's been a tried and true combine, but it had some maintenance we needed to take care of. And what I mean by that is we had to put some, oh wow, she's a little sloppy. Had to put some wire liners in. During the rain delay, Pat and Curtis did some work on the fountain auger and the flights. So this is our fountain auger, this is the flights. As you can kind of see, got some new plastic pieces in there. This is basically just a wear item because, you know, after millions of bushels that have ran through up this hopper and dumped into the grain tank, this is basically, like I said, the auger that takes it from the bottom, from this elevator into the grain tank. After this spinning for hundreds of thousands of times and cycling millions of bushels through, well, it wears out. So we put this poly tube on the inside to kind of help protect the steel so you don't have to replace the tube. It's a cheap way of doing it. And then same thing with the flights. Basically just drilled drilled holes in the flighting and put this poly wear liner on. So it's a pretty cost-effective way of making your base part last longer. So that's what the guys did, and they're pretty happy with the results. We've done this in the past with combines, with the 2588, and even with the 70 before. We put poly on it 5 years ago. So it works, that's for sure. Lengthens the base length of your part, whatever you want to say. Words are hard sometimes. But now I need to get going. Pat's probably gonna be waiting on me. Let's roll. So Curtis is running the packing tractor, big black beast. That's our 340 Magnum, our older one, fitted with the Grouser blade on it. Nathan's running the chopper truck, which I ran earlier today, and I'm running the 150 Magnum Maxim that we got, sorry. Pat, and I gotta hit the road because Nathan's just about full. I said just about right because he's already empty. Or sorry, he's already full. Whee! Spinning them. 2 different views in the same day. Nice. We're going right around 3.6 mile an hour and pretty good, high yielding. Probably, I'm guessing 220, 230 bushel corn, 25% moisture. So 25 to 30. She's a little on the moist side, that's for sure. Pretty good day. I got the sprayer all winterized, and we're gonna get really close to finishing up with chopping for the year. 30 loads left before today. That's 30 loads until we're done. Hopefully gonna get 20 done tonight. Sure, we might even get all of them done. We're not sure, but hopefully we can do 30 and get that done. And ideally, that'll be about 6 hours of chopping. So this probably won't get done tonight, because that'll be 9 o'clock, 9:30, but you never know. And there's Curtis just blading away. Talk about that for efficiency. Now I'll basically just go to the top, unload on the way down. Just gotta make sure I don't go down that side because that would really hurt. Just letting it clean out. Got a couple more slats and then that'll be good to go. That truck is just about full. It's a little sloppy, a little tacky today. Obviously with the 4 inches of rain that doesn't help, but we're able to make it through with the chopper truck. It's obviously creating some compaction, but you know what, that's we do enough deep tillage of this field, haul enough manure on it, we'll get the compaction worked out. Full. Heading to the pit. Oh, there's the combine sitting up on top of the hill by the well. It's gonna take the waterway to try to avoid as much compaction as possible. Don't really care if we compact the waterway. Getting ready to dump. I just look in my back mirror and make sure not making too big of a pile. Just keep packing on the pile. That's what I like to see. So we got 2 wagons that are sitting here pretty full. And that pit's starting to get pretty full. We're crowning over the top by about 1 foot on the back there, but towards the front, barely crowning. So we'll be able to put more on. I feel on top of the world right now. Partially because I am 15 feet tall. Whew. Definitely a little sketchy, but I've seen some a lot steeper. We'll let her clean out as I go full throttle down the hill. That's what Curtis does. He's just pushing her to the edge. He's getting pretty good at that, that's for sure. It's a good pile. For our first time doing it ourselves. You know what I should do? I'm gonna set up a time lapse. Haven't done that yet today. So when I pull up, Curtis kind of tells me where to go, center, right, or left, just based on how the pile is sitting. If he needs more to the left, more to the right, because I can drive down. I'm a little bit more flexible than Nathan, who can only basically go right to the edge. He can just back up. That's it. So I don't really know if we've ever really talked about what we're doing right now. So what we are doing is we are chopping earlage. So you can kind of see we got a corn head on our chopper. So the corn head literally strips the stalk and just takes in the husk, corn cob, kernels, and all. So we leave all the corn fodder out in the field. We're basically taking in those ears of corn and all that stuff. It's getting ground up into pieces. All of the corn kernels are cracked. All the cobs are cracked. And we're spitting it in our box, and it's basically another ration to our for our feet. So it's quite literally as simple as that, but not a lot of people know we call this earlage. I've heard it called snaplage before, but we call it earlage. We're going into some cucumber. You can kind of see that's what the cucumber does. It takes down corn. Yuck. And it also plugs corn heads. So we'll see if we can make it through. I just slow down. Feeding it through, which is nice. This cucumber isn't near as bad. It didn't take it all the way down, but man, I've never seen cucumber in our fields before. Just about made it through. I don't know where this came from, but I'm guessing manure. We spread a lot of manure in this field, and I'm guessing it just kind of came through, and cucumber's hard to kill. LP just plugged. As soon as I turn the camera off, there's more cucumber that I can't see on the far side. So when you plug, you just gotta stop, reverse your head, and get back going. Now the rows are gonna start to get shorter. So we might be able to get this done tonight. Depends on how long we wanna go. Tell you what, you can definitely see a lot here. Pushing her right to the edge. So this stuff is burnt cucumber. Stuff is nasty. It's just a vine, and as it's growing, usually it grows towards tassel, towards the later part. Just snakes up the plant, starts at the bottom, just snakes up the plant, and eventually gets heavy enough, so tall that it just folds some stuff over. So you can kind of see it's just matting. Broke off some of this stuff. It can get real nasty if you don't catch it in time. Luckily, we just had a small patch of it in this field. We see it up in Bellevue some, but really not ever enough to worry about too much. Our spray and chem program usually takes care of it, but for some reason this one didn't. Stuff coming out the back is a little brown tint to it. Yuck. Cucumber sucks. But it'll get chopped up, cattle will eat it. So Nathan, what he does is he just backs in as far as he can on top of that pile and just dumps it. Man, Pat has a speed demon. Pick your speed there, bud. Either goes between 3 and 3.6. Sun's going down. Beautiful sunset. It's right in our eyes. It's driving back. So that's fun. Hope the time lapse is still going. Be pretty neat if it was. Well, I'm gonna ramble on for a little bit, enjoy this quick little abbreviated time lapse. But if you guys, I wish I would have brought the camera along, because the amount of flies that are under my camera right now is ridiculous. I kind of reached up underneath the barn right there to kind of brace myself, because I got the camera 10 feet up in the air. I had to climb a gate to get it there. And like there were, I kid you guys not, probably 100 flies that were just under my hand that flew around. If I don't have 10 buck bites, I will be shocked. So sun is coming down, temperatures are really starting to cool off. Supposed to get another frost tonight apparently. Sure hope not, I'm sick of all the frost, but winter is just about ready to come, so I guess I can't complain too much because I choose to live in Iowa. But hopefully we'll be done chopping tomorrow and we can keep the corn head off the chopper for the rest of the year. That's the goal. I think we got to do one more job of chopping Milo for our neighbor. That's gonna be the last thing we have to chop, but at least the rest of our stuff tomorrow will be done. Chopping and watching Brian enjoy a fun time plugging his gleaner. Well, I couldn't quite make it all the way. I am full. We're making headway. Almost got this little triangle piece left, so probably another 8 passes-ish. Then they basically, instead of going this way, they're gonna go this way at more of an angle. So we're rolling back with a full load. We usually don't like to go over 15 mile an hour, even on the smoother roads. The highway will go road speed, but it's just, there's no need, especially in Earledge. 2 guys are keeping up just fine with being this close. And tomorrow, if we do chop, which I haven't heard if we're going to or not, if we were able to do everything with this field, we were going to do the old hay that we cut off, first crop hay and then planted. It's not even black layered yet. Shoot, it's almost 3/4, it's only half milk line, which is not good. That means it is very wet, probably 35–40%. So we'll see how that goes. And I got a little close on that one. A lot of close. Too close to the sidewall. He's really crowning that up there nicely. Gonna have a good peek on that pile. There they are. Well, these guys both lose the light game, so now it's between me and Kurt. Just want to point out, I won the light game. Kurt has his lights on. That's right, guys. I win. Yeah. I caved. No sense of being dumb. I already won the light game. And I'm also being nice. I'm not blinding my operator back there. Turn my back lights off. So I did stop and go say hi to my grandma. She is doing well. She's definitely thankful to be out of the hospital. She was up in Iowa City for 3 weeks, which is a long time for her. That's probably the longest she's ever been away from the farm in 20+ years. So we're thankful she's home, thankful the surgery went well, and just thankful for all the thoughts and prayers you guys had. She's thankful, and so are we. And we're thankful to be almost done. It's about 7 o'clock. Oh, Kurt's putting his blinker on. Ha! I see what he did there. Once we put it on this side. Kind of like dumping an angle like this. You can actually see when my pile gets too full. But man, I don't know if you guys can tell, we're probably 3 feet above the concrete there, and we're well over 4 feet over that silage. And last time I got too close to that edge. Kind of like threading the needle right now. Don't want to get too close there, I'll fall over that way. Don't want to get too close there, I'll hit the cement. Hi, GoPro. So you guys can see. Let me know if you guys can see that in the time lapse. Making headway. This field is getting short fast. Last little sliver. And now we are done on this side. Sweet. Just got this piece north of the waterway now. Beautiful sunset tonight. Dryer should still be going, probably just about ready to run out of wet corn, so it'll shut off automatically. We haven't checked it in a while. Probably should swing by somebody to go check it. Neighbor's out over there with his older Deere combine, picking away at some beans. Yeah, that are corn. Actually, I think he's doing his corn right now. So he put his blinker on his left side, so he wants me to go on the right. And I just got a text from Rhonda. We're gonna be getting steaks here soon. Success. Oh man, this is getting tall. This is the biggest we've ever done. There we go. What are they stopped for? No clue what they're stopped for. Must be quitting because Pat's folding up his auger. Or spout, I should say. So we still got 2 full wagons. I'm not sure where Nathan's rushing off to, but still got 2 full wagons. I'm guessing I'm gonna unload them. We'll see. Too chilly. We're gonna go ahead, unhook this wagon. Unhooked that wagon there and hooked on this one. We'll go dump it. Nathan's dumping his last load. There goes Nathan. He just cleaned out because he's got to bring feed down tomorrow. And I will take this thing up. Kurt makes it look easy. I can personally attest that's pretty hard to do, to make it not have ridges and deform and make it look like crap. Like that's pretty good, Kurt, I'll give you that. Well, that was fun. I had a back in here because I didn't realize it, but Kurt closed off the front. Well, that was a whole lot of not fun. Ugh, that sucked. But got it off. It was a heavy load to be backing up a pile with a small tractor. So we're actually gonna clean this wagon completely out because we are, like I said before, we are just about done with harvest. We're chopping. So we're gonna clean this wagon out and probably not use it again. Oh yeah, I see like Curtis wanted to close off the front. He's really gonna start to level it off. So he's gonna make a steep edge. Gonna clean this guy out. So when we're dumping out the back, we still have this front cavity that's still there. That's still full, so I'm gonna clean it out with mechanical. Just slowly gonna clean this out. Got everything cleaned out on this wagon at least. So I'm gonna put this thing in the pasture because this wagon is done for the year. Should be at least. I just spent all this time cleaning it out. So, but if it's not done, I'm gonna be very upset. Just unhooked it for the year. We'll hook it back up 2 more times. One time to pull it over, power wash it, clean it, and the other time to put it away. And we won't use it again till next summer when we chop hay or whatever we chop again. And look, I even got a gate man. And who said us folk at Hartung Family Farms aren't fancy? Thank you, Maestro. Much appreciated. And there we are, just hooked up the bucket. The thing is ready for the morning because we use this thing to go from feeder wagon to chopper truck. We bring feed down south. Good to go. Let's pack up, head out. Yeah. So I lied, we're not done for the night. We're gonna go pick some corn, it's only 8 o'clock. Let's get some stuff done. There he is rolling, so we're just resuming corn harvest, I should say. They were picking at this earlier today. We break to go basically full court press on chopping. We have roughly 10 loads left and then we're gonna be done. So we quit a little early because it was getting dark and we're getting a little trickier with the pile being so high, so we quit. Now we're gonna resume combining. Kurt, Nathan, and I are gonna be doing this. This is a job I get to do pretty seldom because I'm usually in a truck. You know, we can find just about anybody can drive a grain cart, but not anybody can drive a semi with skill legally on the road. Not saying I'm the best truck driver in the world, but I'm definitely not the worst. So I enjoy every moment that I get to grain cart because I love grain carting. Just so fun hauling all this weight down the field. So I'm gonna catch for Nathan. We're doing this kind of hilly piece. Fun fact, this is our first planted cornfield that we did this year, and it's still 25%. Ouch. So I'm actually setting an auto guidance line. I'm gonna make this my auto guidance path. Nice. Nathan's already 3/4 full, so that's neat. But it's just kind of cool in the hills. I set mine right at the center of his line, but as soon as you get on any downhill slope, even though this tractor's driving in the center in these hills, his planter drifts upwards of 45 inches. That's pretty nuts. You'll have that in the hills. Stuff's got to be yielding really good though, because he barely made it 3/4 of the way. Sheesh. Look how much green it's got on it. Man, that is nuts. Stuff is really green. Wow. So this is where this side 3D shake, whatever Case calls it, really comes in handy. We're getting some nasty side hills at this field. So I saw in the 60 series, the 160 series, they have a 50 bushel more hopper on the 7160s. So it's 350 as opposed to 300. I want to see if we can get our hands on that part number, because that would be really slick. Very hard for you guys to see, but right at the tip of my finger there's two deer walking across. About that time of year. Chooching. Heading back to the semi. We're basically having to cart this thing about a half mile roughly. Not a good spot to bring grain from all the way out back in the field we're at. Not a big deal. Dumping. Well, that put an end to the night pretty short. Nathan's feeder house chain jumped a sprocket. Basically what that means is the chain is not aligned. It's not good, and it's just not good at all. So the throat chain of the feeder house chain takes grain from the head into the throat of the machine, and it's just two chains. Well, actually three chains, two slats. Well, when one of them jumps a sprocket, because whoever knows what reason, well, then you gotta fix it. So that's gonna shut us down for the night. We could get it going. It's like a half-hour fix, but by the time we do that, it would be like 9:30, so it's good enough. Well, my grain carting lasted approximately, not even a full grain cart. But you know what? It was a fun 3/4 full grain cart. Sweet. So we are done, but that one light is pointing straight out. It does not need to be pointing straight out, so I'm gonna go adjust that real quick. There, now they're both pointing straight down. It was bugging me. The little thing. Kill it, shut her down. Shutting her down. Oh, no courtesy lights? Come on, man. Good enough. Well, guys, that was a eventful evening. Got a lot done. Combine is ready to go. Tomorrow is when we start with both combines full chooching on corn. Tomorrow, that is the day. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We were just getting rolling into harvest videos, so be sure to stay tuned. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Hartung Family Farms. And of course, guys, as always, that's a ta for now.